Yosemite. I will be back soon. Published by Dhruva's Creations. The first time I visited Yosemite National Park, which is located in California's Sierra Nevada mountains, was in 2005. Since then I have been to this place more than 5 times or more. Still, I love to visit this beautiful place quite often. The place is so huge. There are 5 entrances that you may enter and is convenient for those coming from the west. There is really just one entrance from the east. Also, check with the Yosemite National Park website, as weather can be a determining factor if that entrance will be closed. During the winter season, it is always a good idea to get detailed information about the park before planning your trip. If you don't have chains on, you will have some issues when there is snow in Yosemite. If you are not comfortable driving yourself during the winter season, you can prefer to take a bus to get there. It's safer and the drivers are well knowledgeable about the routes and advisory. Admission to enter per vehicle is $35. Power of scenery alone is enough for you to forget all the journey you took in snowy mountains. Plus, that goes temperature less than 30 degrees and you feel your hands freezing and severing your body with cold. But you were there in summer, it is completely different and you will find yourself sweating every step you made outside of your vehicle. Each season will have different vibes and completely different feelings. I suggest if you really want to see the place or visit different destinations, please visit here on the weekdays and not on the weekends. Less crowded and plenty of parking spots as well as picnic spots or walking trails. That makes it easy to capture your best photos of the place. From my point of view, one of the best scenes of Yosemite National Park is the Yosemite Falls. It has 3 waterfalls and all look beautiful from far, but as you got closer, it is pretty powerful and strong that you witness how precisely eroded the strongest rocks that stands fighting with the falls. I know it took years to cut down the rocks, but continued efforts make everything possible. That is the lesson we learn from nature. It is one of the most popular areas to take photos. This is probably the first destination for most of the visitors once they are in the valley. It is within walking distance of the Yosemite National Park's Visitors Center. If you brought your car, there is no particular parking lot. There is a side of the road you can pull over and do some nice parallel parking. You can hike to the top of Yosemite Falls, but that may take you a long time. While hiking is one of the activities you are doing most of the day, I suggest to take shuttle service. Yosemite National Park has their own shuttle system. During the winter, there are areas that are closed due to safety reasons. During the summer, there are parts that which the shuttles will go deeper. Yosemite National Park is best known for Half Dome and El Capitan, Yosemite Falls, and other waterfalls, but within its nearly 1,200 square miles, you can find deep U-shaped glacier valleys, grand meadows, ancient giant sequoias, a vast wilderness area. If you really want to see Yosemite, it takes at least 3 days to stay. I have already mentioned that we have been to the place more than 5 times and don't feel we have seen enough of the valley. You should see the major places that are awe-inspiring, plus, have some time to enjoy the beautiful meadows and waterways and sit to enjoy the quiet of the forests. I definitely recommend going to see Yosemite National Park both in the winter and summer seasons. It looks completely different and you will love it. It is worth going through the steps to get in even now or any season of the year. Yosemite is beautiful. Seeing El Cap, the Half Dome, and other sites in different seasons makes me feel welcome. Even after 5 visits, I hope to return again because it's just that awesome. Yosemite is my wife's favorite destination. She is always ready to go there. I would definitely recommend everyone who lives nearby or has a bucket list to visit make a trip here at some point if you can. It is not necessary for you to hike or stay in the camp or do adventure, but simply drive through the road, park at your convenience to take photos, and have your own personal space in the valley. Depending on your skill and comfort, you can go hiking, biking, or just sightseeing. There are areas for everyone. Whether you're a pro, you want to walk short and easy trails, or just drive through to viewpoints. Just be aware, the drive-in can be a little long, especially depending on your entry point, and some of the roads are pretty windy and the heights can be a little intimidating, but totally worth it. I have heard people saying they really love this park and they always wish to be back soon. One day my wife asked to plan for the trip in the middle of the pandemic as we were bored sitting indoor for so long and wanted to go where we can have our own space far from the crowd. Just 6 months before, we had been to Mount Shasta with the family and had really great memories. During pandemics, they allow limited visits and are encouraged to make reservations before visits. We were so lucky to get reservations because we were told by one of the park rangers that they only allow 300 cars per day. I have experienced thousands of cars visiting a single day before the pandemic and lots of crows in traffic while returning in the evening. Like before, during that visit we felt like we had the best time as we had lots of parking space at every point we visited. Like normal season, we didn't have to fight crowds, no traffic, and still very beautiful sights. But one disappointment was that it was very hot when we were there, so we weren't able to do all the hikes we wanted. But when we got too hot, we were able to dip into the creek and cool down. Like before, we saw all of the sights in the valley like El Cap, Bridal Falls, Half Dome, and we saw quite a few people were riding free bikes through the meadows from their bicycle rideshare program. We met some of the hikers who had been there for 2 days and heading to Tuolumne Grove after spending quality time in Tenaya Lake. They told us that they had the whole lake to themselves and enjoyed an afternoon lying on the beach drinking and swimming, forgetting all the crazy situations of the world facing due to COVID-19. After having a short conversation with them, we drove out of the valley as we were not going to stay overnight, missing our favorite spot, Glacier Point at sunset, and staying to watch the stars. As we love nature and wilderness, I promised to myself that soon I will be back. The valley always invites me to come back. There's a reason why this is one of the most visited parks in the world. I always feel so fascinating seeing people enjoying camping and hiking trips painstakingly planned and fulfilling their dream. Personally, I love short hiking there and enjoying homemade food cooked by my beautiful wife, who stays till midnight preparing delicious food and enjoying it in Tuolumne Meadows. I have mentioned in the beginning that there is something for everyone in this beautiful space. Children and elderly folks alike can have fun here and witness age-old trees and mountains that have many beautiful memories to share. You can always gain some perspective or something great meaning of your life when you stand amongst the gigantic mountains and aged-old trees and its broken branches. There are campsites and a hotel available in Yosemite Park, where you can book a spot in the village, or get a campsite at the nearby Bass Lake, which is about 30 minutes away from the entrance to Yosemite. Once you are here in the valley, make sure you are not going to call or receive any important phone calls. There's pretty much zero cell phone reception here, maybe unless you have Verizon. There is a spot in Half Dome Village in the store where you can connect to the Wi-Fi for free. If you need to check your phone or get reception so you can get GPS directions, that's a good spot to go get online. For souvenirs, the gift shop has a wall of magnets, sales on shirts, and lot of keychains that you want to bring back with you for yourself or to gift your family or friends. Finally, keep in mind that one visit is not enough. Every time I leave the park I whisper Yosemite. I will be back soon. About Yosemite National Park, published by Society of Wood Science and Technology. Yosemite National Park is in California's Sierra Nevada mountains and just minutes from Tenaya Lodge, and is open 24 hours a day. It's famed for its giant, ancient sequoia trees, and for tunnel view, the iconic vista of towering Bridal Fall and the granite cliffs of El Capitan and Half Dome. In Yosemite Village are shops, restaurants, lodging, the Yosemite Museum and the Ansel Adams Gallery, with prints of the photographer's renowned black and white landscapes of the area. It has an area of 3,027 square kilometers, and was established on October 1, 1890, the second national park to be so designated in the USA. Elevations range from about 2,000 feet, 600 meters, to 13,000 feet, 4,000 meters. Yosemite receives 95% of its precipitation between October and May, and over 75% between November and March. Most of Yosemite is blanketed in snow from about November through May. Yosemite Valley can be rainy or snowy in any given winter storm. You can drive your car into and around Yosemite, though you are encouraged to use shuttles in some areas.